Hi guys and welcome back to ByTheNook, and today we are getting into a cosplay and I want to see if you can guess it as I'm getting into it. I have never done this makeup. I was supposed to test it over the past couple of days, right? I have had an incredibly rough few days. So I haven't exactly had the time or the energy to do anything. I won't get into it, but it's been a little hard to want to do anything. In fact, I again pushed the limits of how fast I could get this cosplay done. So we're gonna guess my way through this makeup and see if you can guess what I'm doing. I forgot to wash my face, give me a sec. My first hint to you is that I have to use face paint for his eyebrows because his eyebrows are gray. Let's have a little bit of backstory, shall we say, because there's always something. Oh my God, my lights aren't on. I was like, why is it so hard to see me, dude? That's why. So basically what happened is on Monday, it's currently Saturday, Monday night, my friend invited me to their birthday that they're having at this arcade bar place that's in town. And they asked us all to be in costume, right? They want us all to be dressed as villains, which is your second hint. So I was struggling to figure out a villain that I really wanted to do. I'm just trying to cover a lot of surface area. I promise that's not what my brows are gonna look like. So I was struggling to think of a character at all that I could do within that time frame. Because to be honest with you, my first instinct was to do Brainiac from DC. But first of all, I didn't think I'd have time to do any of it. I would want to be wearing jeans because we're in a public space. I wouldn't want to be wearing like just a bodysuit in a not con space. And I also didn't want to be bald. I tried to do a bald cap for Hallmat like last year-ish and I failed miserably. I tried for like 2 hours to get that thing on. Not happening. I'm using this Fenty foundation. I finally got a new one. I'm so excited. I think I've recorded 3 videos with this and I've posted none. So Brainiac was an immediate no-go. And then I was at work and we have like this big TV where I work that was playing this movie. And I was like, oh, that's the one. That's what I gotta do. I loved this movie when I was a kid though. It came out, God, I don't even know what year it came out. I'm thinking about it. I know it was when I was pretty young. Guys, face paint is such a wonderful thing to have at any time because it makes it so much easier to do eyebrows like this. I think I am gonna put a bit of eyeshadow on it because this is a very blue gray and I need it to be more of like a brown gray. Not that it's much different, but it's different enough that I feel like I'll probably need to correct it just a little bit. Because I feel like in animation, there's 2 different types of gray. There's like naturally gray, where it's like a brownish gray. There's like actual hair color tones in it and it looks like it's just the melanin in the strand dying. Or there's the other type of gray, which is normally used to make fun of old ladies with like the blue hair. Like, is it Val and Selma from The Simpsons who have like that blue gray hair? Yeah, I really wanted to do a femme version of this costume because again, as per last time, I really just didn't feel like, finding a short gray wig in time. That would have been so stressful and I didn't even want to fuck with it. I was like, I'm just gonna let this go and we're just gonna do a femme version. Plus I get to like screw with it a little bit more. And finally, after what feels like an eternity, I am done with my eyebrows so we can move on to actually doing the foundation. I think I'm gonna do 2 layers of concealer actually. Right after I said I'm gonna do foundation, really good. I also got a new concealer finally, so I don't have to dig into the bottom of that one. It's also a Fenty concealer. I'm just doing like very minimal highlights. And then we'll put the foundation on top and keep going. I'm just trying to cover some redness under the foundation so it doesn't have to work as hard. Ooh, that is really late. Ooh. Yeah, I was supposed to leave at 11. I already know I'm not leaving at 11. It's like 10:45. And yes, I am a freak. I do put my foundation straight on my face because I just don't have the energy to do anything else. I don't know. I feel like this distributes it fine. I just don't care. Now we do the top layer of concealer. And this might sound strange, but I'm gonna wait until I contour to do the forehead one so I don't have to make as many faces and like crease it a bunch up there on its own. To be honest, from the times that I've used this concealer so far, it does not crease that much, but I just want to give it as much of a lifespan as I can because we're going to be in a hot and sweaty bar. I'm going to kind of cut this a little bit because I get really messy with my contour. Is BuzzFeed Unsolved still going? Is it just called Unsolved now? I don't know. I watched it so much when I was in like high school-ish age. That was what got me through like exams and COVID. I want to make it look like I have a crazy large end of my nose because I didn't want to put on a full prosthetic, but he has a honker of a nose. Kind of want to make it look more circular. As per usual, my mom helped me because my mom helps me in everything. But she helped me with this cosplay because she has a Cricut machine, which I do not have. And there is this like kind of intricate design on the collar that I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do that, not by hand. And she was like, I could help. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Now we put it on the forehead. I got this new About Face powder. And I think it's gonna help me out a lot tonight. There's no water in this sponge. It's just to bake this shit into my under eye. Because I am so greasy, guys. I think I've talked about this before. I don't understand how people do the like dewy makeup look thing. Because when I do it, I just look greasy. Like just greasy and like I haven't showered. Some people walk out of that trend and they look like they've stepped off of a movie set or like a swimsuit ad, and I'm like, you look so good. And then I try it and I look like a fish. Like I don't look right. I don't look how I'm supposed to. It's really aggravating and it pisses me off, so I just don't try it anymore. I think we do our first layer of setting and then we come back. My earbuds are charged enough so that I can listen to music again because that's going to make me move much faster. Okay, so looking at this, he has very like purple eyes. So I think like purple, it almost looks like he's wearing eyeshadow. I know he's not. Like I know that wasn't the point, but it almost looks like it. It's like purple mauve, kind of. It also looks like his eyes are kind of hollowed. So I'm going to try and like... Now that might end up being a silly decision, but for right now, I think it works. I'm gonna use this ColourPop palette that I attempted to clean and is still very gross. We're gonna use Gravity Hill. This movie was so good when it came out, you guys. I love this movie now. As we were rewatching it at work, I was like, oh my God, this movie is so good. From this TMNT palette, I'm gonna mix that pink and this purple at the bottom and see if that makes the color that I need. Oh yeah, that's what I need. It had one of my favorite bands at the time though. They released a song specifically for this movie. And I will say that song is incredibly popular, or it was at the time. And you will know it if you're my age. That song when we were kids was so everywhere. Like you could not escape that song. Not that I wanted to. I'm gonna try and do, it's kind of like a halo eye effect. So I'm gonna start doing the little deeper parts and then see if we can cut it and see what we need to do after. I'm gonna try and use a little bit of just that darker purple color. There's also like nothing under his eye, but I am gonna put a little bit, just like little tiny bit on this corner because it's gonna look a little crazy without it. I think the only other color I'm gonna put on this that's like dark, I'm gonna take this color, it's called Gravity. I'm just gonna put a little bit because it's not dark per se, it's just very like shaded. I'm gonna take a little bit of this concealer, cut my eye with it. God, what other hints can I give you guys? Okay, I do think that it can't stay that white color, even though that is pretty cool and it does look kind of similar. I think there needs to be a little bit of depth there. So do I put pink or do I put like a bone color? Ooh, okay. There's a color in here. I think I might start with this one up here called Mood. And then if I don't like it that much, I'm probably gonna move on to Quartz and Pink Sapphire and like make a thing with it. I think that's perfect without any like shimmer on it. I'm definitely gonna tightline my eyes. Definitely. So let's move on to that. Yeah, my mom helped me with this costume. I'm very excited to show her because she loves this character, but I didn't tell her what it is. I hid it from her because I thought she would find it funny because this movie, it's not an old movie, but it came out long enough ago that I was like, this is gonna be so out of left field for her to see me do. Ooh, this eyeliner is drying out. That is so dry, oh my God. I definitely need to buy a new one of those. I'm gonna go ahead and put on lashes. Actually, what I'm gonna do first, finally remembered I have a lash curler. So we're gonna do this first and then I'll go around. I don't know how people do this every day. This one's a little scary to me. Seeing my eye covered like this, a little wild. How long are you supposed to hold it for? Then we're gonna do mascara. I'm gonna use this regular ColourPop mascara that I always use. I'm gonna let my mascara dry before I move on to lashes because I don't want it to be like just gooey under the lash. I'm using this After All blush. He is very pink. I think it's more central to his nose. So his nose is gonna be super pink. That is a bit much. Let me fix that. I wanna look a little sweet, but I do not want to look crazy. I don't know, we're gonna be in a bar, so maybe it is the better decision. But for right now, well, I'm just recording. And I am leaving the nose like that because, again, he is very pink on his nose. It is like his centralized feature. We're gonna put on some highlight. He doesn't need it, but I want him to have it. So just using this Fenty highlight because I love this stuff. I think I'm gonna wait until I put the wig on to decide if I wanna make the eyebrows more gray. Because my worry is that I make them more like brown gray and then I hate it and I want to go right back to this and I'm not going to be able to. Now, I would like to personally warn everybody that nobody gets to laugh at how I put lashes on because I suck at it. And if you laugh at me now, I'll never do it again. So how do we feel? I think they look good. Here's the thing. I have no idea what to do about lips in this situation. I wonder, you know what would probably work best? Do you guys remember when everybody was trying to do that like fairy ombre? I think that might work the best. Okay. So you blot out your lips. Let me go get my red lipstick. Hold on. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna outline that like little bit just to give it the ombre. And then we're gonna use this NYX Lingerie Liquid Lip in the middle. I'm still actively deciding if I wanna use a gloss or not. But for right now, I think this is it for the makeup. So let's get the wig. Because, oh my God, that's gonna take me a minute. Now this wig is so cute. I do like it a whole lot. I don't know that the color of the eyebrows match. I do not have time to fix it. I am so fucking late. I cannot explain to you. But look how cute. Before the costume, here is your second to last hint. It's these little cake earrings. And your final hint is, this is stupid. I hope I don't get into a fight tonight because you wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you? And I think it's time for the costume. Let me go grab it. Now, I think I look pretty fucking cute. If you didn't guess, oh God, this is falling off because I super glued it on. But if you didn't guess, I'm King Candy. I didn't put on a crown because it's somebody else's birthday. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not a fucking freak. But I think this is so fucking cute. You guys can't see it, but I have pants that I fully made and you can tell because they're falling apart. But I am so happy I did this. Also this, you can see it only because they don't fit my wrist fully. I don't care. This was so fun. I have to go. I'm so fucking late. But I hope you all had a lovely time. If you want to see how I made this costume, I will have several days in between when that video comes out. But I will be, in fact, releasing it. So I hope that you use your free will today, and I hope that you stay cool and that you stay cringe. And I'll see you later. Bye.